Good morning, Rams. My name is Tony Marie Gonzalez.
And I'm Andrea Sanchez.
I'm Andrea Martinez.
And I'm Daniela Cadena.
And this is Ram TV.
We'll be out of school all of next week for Thanksgiving break. Today is the last day and we will be back Monday the 27th. Ram TV wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving and an amazing break.
Notre Dame Cathedral continues to rise from the ashes after the fiery blaze that took place in 2019, which nearly demolished more than half of the historic structure. Notre Dame is one of the most famous cathedrals in the world, and the French government is hoping to have it restored to its former glory for the 2024 Olympics. Multiple architects, masters in historical restoration, and more have been working together for 3 years to help the Parisian monument to be ready in time for the grand revival for the 2024 Olympics.
On December 1st, Synergy will be holding a winter fair with fun season activities, games, and treats. This will be a fun and amazing way to start the holiday season. Can't wait to see you there, Rams.
This past Saturday, the Rockefeller Christmas tree was seen being hauled all throughout Midtown Manhattan. This year's tree is a Norway spruce that is 80 feet tall and will be decorated with more than 50,000 multicolored lights and topped with a Swarovski crystal star. This tradition has carried on since 1931 and marks that it is officially the most wonderful time of the year.
It looks like Netflix is going to have a very busy 2024, Rams. Numerous shows and movies are in the making right now, but that hasn't stopped Netflix from announcing its most epic movie yet. It's even brought some A-list powers like John Logan to create and star in this film. And the movie is, drumroll please, Hannibal. This is a historic film that will recount the true story of ancient General Hannibal, who is seen as the greatest military commander that ever lived. You know, he's just casually riding battle elephants to the Alps to surprise fight the Romans. And although this movie is acclaimed to be the most epic, I think the audience will sure have some feedback. Look forward to the most epic movie coming to Netflix in 2024.
Hey Rams, exciting news! Netflix just released the trailer and release date for Avatar: The Last Airbender live-action show. The show consists of 8 episodes of Aang's journey to the Northern Water Tribes in search of a waterbending master. The show contains all characters we know and love, like Uncle Iroh, and those that we don't, like Firelord Ozai. Avatar: The Last Airbender is set to release on February 22nd of next year.
Rams, I'm sure we all know better than to start digging up the dead, especially after all the movies with countless supernatural consequences. However, archaeologists with Egypt's Ministry of Antiques decided to ignore the Hollywood movie franchise and opened a 2,000-year-old giant black sarcophagus. It is the biggest to ever be found in the City Gateway district, measuring almost 9 feet. Obviously, people were curious about what was inside, so naturally, it was opened. Fortunately, no evil spirits were released, and no one has been cursed. Yet. All they found was a sludgy mess that stunk so bad that the team had to leave before they could examine it further. And when they did, they found 3 male skeletons that were most likely officials, priests, or even military members. So guys, personally, I wouldn't have risked it.
Hey Rams, do you know a musician named Dean? Well, Dean is an R&B artist who is back in the music scene after 4.5 years with his latest single, Howlin' 404, released in May of 2019. He announced his return with wanted posters of himself being put up all over Korea. Most recently, he reactivated his social media account and announced that he is dropping a new single this Saturday, November 18th. Keep a lookout for more of Dean's music coming rounds.
And that's all the news we have for today, Rams. Sending much love and much thanks to our audience over the Thanksgiving break. I am Daniela Cadena.
I'm Andrea Martinez.
I'm Andrea Sanchez.
And I'm Tony Marie Gonzalez.
And this was Ram TV.
Hey Rams, this is Johnny Santillan. Welcome to Movie Minute. The Marvels has finally released, even though it's pretty mid. There's some good parts, there's some bad parts. It's very simple. Even though it wasn't too good, it wasn't that bad, considering it was from Captain Marvel. And you know, however, best thing ever, the writer's strike has finally ended after 100 days of not doing anything and a whole bunch of delayed movies. Now, all actors, editors, writers, they all get paid well. Congratulations. And with that, a bunch of delayed and upcoming movies are about to go out real soon, including Superman Legacy, a lot of FNAF movies, don't ask why.
I won't stop love to see that thing.
Deadpool 3, Zelda, Inside Out 2, Garfield, and Napoleon. Even though some were delayed, some weren't, it's still a pretty good thing considering a lot of writers and actors who were on the strike were really good, and considering now we don't have bad writers, no editors, so yay! This was Join Just Santian, and this was Movie Minute.
And today we're going to be making some copycat of the Texas Rojas just in time for Thanksgiving. For this recipe, we're going to use 470 grams of bread flour, 60 grams of water, 7 grams of instant yeast, 10 grams of salt, 72 grams of sugar, 50 grams of eggs, 240 grams of milk, and 90 grams of butter. So this is a very basic and easy recipe. The first step, we are gonna add our liquids into the bowl. We're gonna add our yeast to top it off. You don't necessarily have to do this step on the liquid ingredients. It's just that I really like to do this to activate the yeast. On top of this, we're gonna put our sugar and salt. On top of this, we're gonna put our bread flour, and we're gonna top it off with the butter. So right now, we're just gonna start to combine these ingredients. We're gonna turn our mixer just on this first speed or stir. If you're doing this by hand, just start off very slowly so you don't get a lot of flour on you. And once the dough starts coming together, then you can up the speed just a little bit more. All right, you are gonna know that your dough is ready whenever it passes a window pane test. And as long as you can stretch it out and it's not tearing, then you should be good. That means you have developed enough gluten in this dough. So now, what's gonna happen is we're gonna leave this dough to proof for the first time. It is gonna take about 30 minutes, so I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Our first fermentation is done. Now we are gonna take our plastic cup. Please do make sure that you cover it while doing the fermentation. We're gonna degas it, and now what we're gonna do, we are gonna portion it out. And in this case, we're making the rolls, so my helper here is gonna make 50 grams portions. Do you need a scale? And he's just gonna cut portions of 50 grams. And right after that, it comes time for our pre-shaping, which in this case, the pre-shape and the final shape are gonna be exactly the same. It is gonna be a roll. For the pre-shape, we are gonna round it off. There's a couple of things that you could do to achieve that. If you're not super experienced, you can pinch the back down just like this. And that's probably the easiest way you can do it. Now that we have portioned, divide, pre-shape, and shape our bread, now we have to let it ferment for a second time. So make sure you cover your bread. So lightly, loosely cover your bread. And it's gonna take about another 30 minutes. So once again, I'll see you in 30 minutes. Your bread has done a second fermentation, and it's time for us to put it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's probably gonna take around 12 to 15 minutes, should be more than enough. While you have your bread in the oven, go ahead and melt some honey and butter to brush your bread just as it comes out of the oven. All right, our bread looks golden brown and delicious. It took about 15 minutes. We did rotate the pan halfway through the baking process, and now we're just gonna brush our honey butter on top. And this is it, guys. This is a copycat recipe for the Texas Texas Roadhouse buns, just in time for you guys to make for your Thanksgiving dinner.